Okay, I think I think I'm connected. So I got another mail haul. Uh, this whole bag here, and I got this whole bag here. I gotta turn this off.
Bring happiness home with
I still don't know how to do streaming. So first thing I gotta start with. Is so this former LA cop sent me this, and when I first got it, I was like, "Is this tea? You know, why did this guy send me tea? You know, this certainly looks like tea." So his name is Officer Lou, he's a former LAPD cop, and the guy who runs the mailroom was like, he's Indian, and he's like, "Ryan, that's not tea." And I'm like shaking it because he goes, "Tea doesn't make that sound." And I'm like, you should probably listen to an Indian when it comes to tea, right? They probably know a thing or two about tea. So I opened this up in the store, and it's a bunch of cigars. So Lou, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. So now let's go on to let me grab say this is how good I'm no Destiny, right? I don't know how to live stream yet. Oh, you know what? Let me drop I'm gonna drop my my live stream link. I'm gonna drop the live stream link in on Twitter. I'll just do it Twitter. You know, what's weird about Substack is that like I kind of want to keep that, you know, a little professional, right? So throwing that up on Twitter. Let's take a look at this. This looks like alcohol. So let's wait for the boom together here. Yeah. So there is a gentleman from a brewery, like a distillery, who wanted to send me some bottles of liquor. So, oh wow, look at this. So I got straight bourbon whiskey and wine barrel finished. Woo! Straight bourbon whiskey and wine barrel finished. Let me give this a shot. I'm gonna try the wine barrel one first. You definitely know the way to my heart. I gotta tell you, like, you know, if the Russians wanted to kill me, they could just send me a bunch of whiskey, and I'd be done for. I'd be totally done for. All right, let's give it a shot. Oh, this is a little. There we go. I'm gonna put that on the rocks. So, thank you very much. I absolutely love liquor. Maybe I'll put that in back as well. Put that back there. You know, it's funny. My sister-in-law was just texting me. Oh, awesome! All right. So I went and saw my nephews over the weekend. I had to go up to this baseball game in Somerset, New Jersey, and you know, I met Chris Cappy there. We had a really good time. And Ryan, what is the gun behind you? So someone just asked me, what is the gun behind you? I'll show you. So this is a blue gun. Hello. This is a blue gun. So it is this is supposed to simulate a SIG P365, which is my carry gun. And it's just hard plastic. You can't do anything with it. It's just to practice drills like coming up or drawing out of the holster or whatever. So yeah, I put this up over there because it's one of those things that, like, people. There are conservative people who look at me and they go, Ryan's a liberal, and then there's liberals who look at me and go, Ryan works for Newsmax, he's a conservative. So if I put something that looks like a gun kind of in the background, like maybe some of those conservatives will go like, well, he has a gun. In reality, I'm nothing. So thank you for that question. The SIG P365 is it's a really good carry gun. I love it. It's probably the best pistol I ever owned. And I love I have a Beretta M9. I have a Kel-Tec PF9, and I have the SIG P365, and I have a Ruger 1022, which is a rifle. But I never go shooting. I'm actually not that into guns. To me, it's just a tool. It's just something. If Russia sent you whiskey from the supermarket Tucker visited. In the intelligence community, we have an acronym called MICE, and MICE stands for money, ideology, MIC, compromise, and ego. MICE. And so that's how, like, you flip someone. Like, that's how you. I'm not like a human intelligence guy. That's a totally different branch. I'm not like spooky CIA, human intelligence. Let's get an agent, or let's flip this guy. I'm not like that. I find people using cyber intelligence. But and actually, I would even say. Oh yeah, someone asked me about the Colt 1911. I used to own an auto ordnance 1911, and the thing had like these Bulkalite grips. And what you don't realize is that during World War II, I think they were made by Brunswick. Like Brunswick, the company that made like bowling balls, stopped making bowling balls, and they started making gun grips. And like that was like American manufacturing right there. Like, all these manufacturers were like, let's start. Oh wow, someone got me. All right, so someone got me someone was just talking about 1911. So someone got me a 1911, like a mini 1911 in a holster. There's no trigger guard on it though. I don't know if I can carry this. And I guess these are coins. I'm not quite sure. Oh, these are coins from Canada, from England? I wonder if this is from England. Ryan Macbeth. All right, let's see what it says here. Oh, Mike. So, yeah, money, ideology, compromise, and ego. So that's how you flip someone. And if Tucker Carlson is compromised, he's compromised based on ego. Like, he lost his job at Fox. And then Russia comes along, and Russia says all the things to him that he wished people would say, and it's not that hard to kind of flip and go like, well, these guys, Royal Canadian Air Cadets, 82, Thunder Bay. All right, let's see what it says. It says, sir, I really enjoy. It sucks getting old. I always wondered, why do people do this? Oh, they do this because you can't see. I actually have bifocals. I'm 48. I needed bifocals like 4 years ago. I tried to avoid it, but like it came. Enjoy your YouTube channel, your expertise. I don't have any challenge coins. Here's a silver dollar and Thunder Bay coin commemorating the amalgamation of Port Arthur and Fort William. I guess they could be deemed challenge coins. I'm also sending a patch from my uniform back in the 1970s when I was in the cadet squadron. That's really neat. Well, thank you very much, man. Leonard. Thank you, Leonard. I appreciate that. That'll go up right under Canada. That was a very thoughtful gift. I actually got something last night. Let me show this to you guys. Hold on for a second. So, this woman named Laura who she was a grad student. She just graduated from Johns Hopkins with a master's in like forensic anthropology, where they find like they'll go to like archaeologists, like Indiana Jones, right? But without the whip, right? So she just graduated. I was supposed to help her with some stuff for her thesis. She turned out didn't really need my help. But she wanted to thank me anyway, and so she gave me a set of 4 of these books. A pictorial history of the Civil War. Gave that to me last night. And what's crazy, this book is super old. So, copyright is 1944. You guys can see that. The copyright is 1944. So, that means, and there's 4 of these books in the history of World War II. That means they were writing this book while the war was going on. And they didn't know how this series is going to end. And that's kind of crazy when you think about it, right? Like, we didn't know we were going to win. You know, in the history books, it all makes sense. But at the time, we didn't know we were going to win World War II. Like, there was a real possibility of losing. All right, let's take a look at what we got here. This is from Jay Willits. And it says, all right, let's take a look here. Drop that, drop that. So this is the secret Jewish space laser core. That's pretty freaking funny. Mazel says the secret Jewish space laser core Mazel Tough. Goyim squad. I guess I would be part of the Goyim squad. Goyim is like a Gentile, like a Christian. That's pretty freaking funny. That's I probably will hang that up. What else I got here? It's coming from Slovakia. Represent Slovakia. Oh, someone was like, Ryan, your cam's small. Sorry. Thank you. I got it. So I got Slovakia flag. New Slovakia patch. Gonna have to get a Slovakia flag here. So this says. So this is the unit patch right here. Sending you these patches to represent the Slovak Armed Forces, OSSR. On your wall, we celebrate the 20th anniversary of our NATO admission this year. The patch comes from the 11th Cav Battalion, a mechanized quick response battalion from the town of Martin. I'm a diplomacy student at the Charles University of Prague. All right, that's kind of cool. So, yeah, I guess... Yeah, I got Serbia up there. That was a little controversial when I put Serbia up there, especially when I added the stealth fighter. I mean, look, man, they deserve that one, right? They deserve it. This is from Australia. I've been waiting for stuff from Australia. Oh, didn't want to do that. So this package. So I'm actually going to Australia in a couple of weeks. I had to fill out my visa. You know, I started filling out my visa. I needed all this proof, like proof that I was in the military. All right, so Australia. So I got Australian patch, submarine force. That's kind of cool. Figured it'd be like a kangaroo. So this says a couple of patches from my old life, Australian submarine squadron, Oberon class submarines from the 80s. Then he talks about the submarine, and there's only 2 types of boats, submarines and targets. Will Stein, thank you, Will. I'll put this up quick because I have an Australian flag ready to go because I know that people were going to be. People were supposed to send me stuff from Australia. So this is from Bulgaria. All right, now Bulgaria finally got its button gear. you know, and started sending stuff. Let's see what we got here. Careful now, that letter from Australia is upside down. Pretty funny. Okay, Bulgaria. They don't like it. I guess Bulgarian postal technology is still a little behind the West. Ooh, Bulgarian patch. Bulgaria is more than made up for this. So I'm a fervent viewer. Somebody who traditionally mistrusts the army. I'd like to share a brief note. My grandfather fought as a cavalry officer in the Bulgarian King's Army around World War II. The other was a. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. Thank you for that super thanks. Little thank you, patch from Bulgaria. I have limited contact with Bulgaria. It's the 2nd Mechanized Battalion. Brigade history can be traced back to the beginning of the 20th century and has participated honorably in all major conflicts. I did meet the Bulgarians in Iraq. They were there as trainers. They were very. I thought the Bulgarians were very professional. Oh, there. This actually came from my car, so I need to put that upstairs. I used to when I used to work. So when I used to go swimming in the morning, and after I swam, I would have my car drive me to work. I have a Tesla. So I would open up like a package of yogurt, a container of yogurt, and I would eat my yogurt as my car drove me to work. You know, as my Tesla drove me to work. So I still had those spoons in my car from back when I used to do that. I never took them out. All right, this one's from the U.S. This is a fleur-de-lis, and I am not sure what unit that is, but I can Google that easy enough. Most likely a National Guard unit from Louisiana, maybe. It's got a fleur-de-lis and a cross. So let's see. This is a tiny one. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting that. Someone just sent me a check. That's always weird. Like, I'm not going to say no, but it's always weird when someone sends me like a physical check. And I'm like, can I give you a Substack account or something for that? Because like, I don't like to take money from people without, kind of giving something in return, So it's always kind of weird when someone sends like a physical check. Like, all right, thank you, I appreciate that, but let me give you something. So what do we got? We got. I don't know what that is. I'm an infantryman in Israel. I serve my mandatory service, 51st Battalion of the Golani, and I'm currently in a reserve unit that focuses mainly on the north of Israel. Spent about 4 months active reserve after October 7th. And watching your videos on Substack and YouTube. I appreciate your videos on anti-drone tactics. I remember watching them relatively early in the war when we were relatively clueless. I'm glad that helped. I hope these guys stay alive. I've enclosed the patch from the 51st Battalion of the Golani Brigade. If you're not familiar with us, Golani is like one of the most famous Israeli brigades. How could I not be freaking familiar with Golani? They prepare for classic wars in southern Lebanon, Hezbollah. Of course, regular infantry units on the front. Thank you for wearing the Star of David during these difficult times. Listening, wearing that Star of David is not a sign of strength. It's I don't know. It's like I need to get over that girl. But thank you for that. Toda Aaron. I appreciate that. I will definitely put up an Israeli flag. It's gonna piss off a bunch of my subscribers, but you know what? If the Palestinian Authority, if the Palestinian Authority sent me a patch, yeah, I'd put it up. I'll put up a Palestinian Authority patch. Absolutely. And I'll put up a Palestinian flag. I love soldiers. I love soldiers. And oh, is this an Israeli? Yeah, someone sent me an Israeli flag. All right. That I might have to get my own. So this is, I'm sure, another unit, another Israeli unit. Oh my God. So I was introduced to your YouTube channel while I was on Israel's northern border. We're graduate. So this is another Golani Brigade patch. Is this? Yeah. All right. So 2 different Golani Brigade patches. I guess one's the battalion patch. This is the brigade patch. We're specialists. We deal with Hezbollah. All right, that's pretty cool. All right, I can put that up. I might have to get a smaller Israeli flag, though. So, what else I got? I got that. I got one more, and then maybe I'll answer some questions. No Hamas flag. No Hamas flag. Put your money where your mouth is now, Ryan. Hang that flag. I only have this many 3M strips left. I need to get more 3M strips before I do that. I am. Do you have any idea how many 3M strips I go through? Those 3M Velcro strips. I go through them by the box, putting up those flags. So this is greetings from Jerusalem. I got a code of Jewish laws. Is there a patch? Send me a tablet. That's kind of interesting. All right, so bunch of new patches today. I guess what I can do now, if you guys want. How many people I have on chat right now? I don't know. Can you even tell that? How do you even tell how many people are on? Oh, I guess I could probably just go to the actual video, go to the channel content, and take a look at the dashboard, and actually go to content, video details. I have 391 watching right now. All right, I got some time. It is always weird getting a check. Like that's, I'm not gonna say no to that, but you know, I also like whenever someone mails me a physical check. You know, I'm gonna have another cigar. Whenever someone mails me a physical check, I 99% of the time they don't include their email address as well. All right, which one of these do you think I should have? Maybe. Well, that one's a little too big. I'm gonna pick something smaller. I'm gonna do something smaller because time is it. It's 3. You know what? I'll do something bigger. What the hell? I'll get one of these new ones. Oh, someone said Sergeant York wasn't a failure. Sergeant York, Ryan, please don't put the Slovak flag near Hungary. They are similar to Russians claiming Ukraine is theirs. You know, so King Wenceslas, you just talked about. I once dated a Hungarian. I once dated a Hungarian girl, and I was gonna toast her, like we were at dinner and cheers, you know. Except I had a beer, and so I went to toast her, and I was holding beer, and I think she had wine or something. And she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't clink glasses with me. And what I found out was that back during a war, there was a war. It was like 150 years ago or something. But Austria, Austria used to own Hungary, right? And in fact, they called it Austria-Hungary. And I think these Hungarian officers tried to rebel, and the Austrians stopped this rebellion, and they hung like the Hungarian officers. But before they hung the Hungarian officers, they toasted them with beer. And the Hungarians, they decided they would not toast with beer for 150 years. And this woman, even though like the prohibition on toasting with beer had recently passed, she still couldn't bring herself to toast with beer. So, yeah. So I got the Bulgarian patch. I got a Slovakia patch. I have the Australian flag. I got to get a Slovak flag, and I think I'm probably gonna have to get a smaller Israeli flag. Where should I put the Israeli flag? Hey, over there, like right next to, probably right there. Probably put it right there. The Israeli flag. I'm like running out of space. Like I have no more space back here, so. Yeah, cheers is the only Hungarian word I know. I think it's agashegada or kisinum. Kisinum is thank you, and agashegada is cheers. How does one join NATO? Someone asked, how does one join NATO? So someone else asked, Ryan, any interest in a patch from Kenyan GSU Recon? Not mine, a chicks. They fight at Somali border. Yeah, I mean, you know, I'll put up anyone, you know, anyone who's an ally that we've trained with. Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, I love. So Dante just asked, how does one join NATO? And you join NATO by requesting to join NATO, and then all the NATO members have to vote on it. It's like a 15-step process. It's not something that can happen, you know, immediately. So someone else in the comments is like, Geraldo did a hit piece on the Sergeant York. Like I mean, look, the Sergeant York. I think one of the big problems with the Sergeant York was that it used a laser to do ranging, and you know when you're in like Europe, like the battlefield in Europe, it's really hard to get the range, you know, because it's foggy, right? It's foggy. So let me see what's going on with Twitter. There was a guy, I put out a video just a couple of minutes ago, because this one guy, I swear to God that like I think some people have some kind of like domination or humiliation fetish or something. And like, you know, so these people have been posting this lie. So I did a short video about it, and I actually sent this guy, Mike Tracy, I sent this guy a bill for $300 because that's what a dominatrix would charge. Thank you for that $5. I appreciate that. Question, USA versus Russia, no nukes, who wins a straight fight? Usually the best. So Disco Champ just sent me £5 and he said, love your stuff, USA versus Russia, no nukes, who wins a straight fight? That's a good question. I mean, it all depends, MET-T dependent. Mission, enemy, terrain, time, and troops available. We don't know, right? We don't know who wins a straight fight because there's so many factors in that. So many factors in who wins a battle. I've often said, like, Russian tanks aren't bad. Russian tanks aren't bad. They were designed in a certain way. You know? So what do I think of the Vietnam War? It was a war. I mean, I think it was necessary to kind of let communism know that they can't go into the South, and we just kind of screwed it up, right? So that's kind of what I think of Vietnam. My wife went vintage dress shopping and you got me digging through patches. I didn't have to do that. Yeah, asking about like what do I think of the Vietnam War? That is such a big question. Like you could ask like what do I think of like the using the F-104? If you ever want to read a good book, there was There was a good book about, it was called When Thunder Rolled. There was this book called When Thunder Rolled. And it was written by a guy who flew the F-104 Thunder Chief. Let me throw this up here. So this, Thunder Chief, F-106, I'm sorry. Say F-104. No, F-104. It's one of those, yes, there you go. So this right here, F-105 Thunder Chief. This was like a nuclear bomber that they kind of pressed into service as a conventional bomber. And they ran a lot of the missions during the early days of Vietnam. And man, these Thunder Chief pilots, they really had it hard. Yeah, I had Team Yankee in the background for a while. Have you played Contractors? I don't know what that means. If that's a video game, I don't play video games. I don't have the time. I'm supposed to do a video. I was thinking about shooting it today, but it's like, oh God, like another freaking. It's so much work. It like a lot of people like don't understand like how much work goes into like doing a video. It's a lot of freaking work, a lot of work. But yeah, the book is called When Thunder Rolled. And it's just the life of a When Thunder Rolled, the life of an F-105 pilot over Vietnam. My God, it's horrific. It's absolutely horrific. Just flying into that flak. Could you remind us of your address? My address is on my website. Someone said, "How do we?" I found her. How do we know you're not doing disinfo? I think the way. So someone just asked me, "How do I know that I'm not doing disinformation?" And the way you know I'm not doing disinformation is that I leave the receipts. So if I claim something, if I say, "Hey, this thing happened," I show you where I got the information. So that's kind of the difference between me and a lot of people who throw just whatever they found on Telegram up online. I tell you, this is where I got the information, or here's the manual, or here's the whatever, or here's a person who knows about this. So that's kind of the difference. I bring on people who know what they're talking about, or I reference it in whatever book or whatever manual or whatever article. So, and I guess that's probably pretty much it. I think I'll end this unless anybody's got anything else. I have 401 watching now. So thank you guys so much for watching me. I appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate the patches that I got. And we'll see about, I got to get Australia up there. I got to get Israel up there. It's a lot. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Cheers. I'm drinking water right now. Got to hydrate. Just at the doctor this morning. Just for a regular checkup. I go every couple of months. Acid reflux has been bad. It sucks getting old, man. You slowly start to get those little health problems, All right. Bye now.